A famous rapper just compared the truth behind Tupac passing to evidence proving Tupac is still alive. The results of the comparison will definitely surprise you, as it all begins with the evidence of him being alive. An interview from Suge Knight makes a convincing case towards Tupac still being here, as Suge Knight claims that Tupac was allegedly doing just fine in the hospital before he suddenly passed.
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I'm gonna tell you this, Pac, you never know.
However, what's weird about this is that Tupac was supposedly in a deep sleep. So how in the world would he and Suge be laughing if Tupac was sleeping? That doesn't seem to add up. However, when you listen to his 2008 interview, Suge Knight said once again that Tupac was alive and well.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They left.
With the two interviews being a decade apart, it does start to make you really wonder, was Suge Knight still believing the same thing after all those years? Is he telling the truth? As only 6 months after he did the TMZ interview, he almost lost his life at a nightclub when a man was targeting him with a firearm. When the police even questioned Suge Knight about the incident at the nightclub, he was hesitant to tell the police anything, as he believed that it was all connected to him talking to TMZ about Tupac being alive. Then in 2018, Suge Knight's son would take it to Instagram to state that Tupac was still alive and well, and that he was living in Malaysia. After Suge Knight posted this to his Instagram, he would then show a text conversation where somebody messaged him, "You said too much, it's time for you to go." Suge Knight Jr. would then start panicking. He would then start posting several photos of Tupac alongside modern day celebrities such as 50 Cent and Beyonce, as it seemed as if someone was going after Suge Knight Jr. for leaking all of this info. Even on the photo with Tupac and Beyonce, he would caption it, and I quote, "He never left us, but they will be after me soon." Some believe it was a publicity stunt. However, some believe that it was all factual, and that if anyone were to know if Pac was alive, it would be Suge Knight and his son Suge Knight Jr. Then in 2010, a rapper named Treach was interviewed on the topic of Tupac before a show. Treach and Tupac were very close friends back in the day. They even worked on a few albums together. But here's where things get interesting. After Treach's interview, the cameraman forgot to stop recording. He placed his camera on the floor, and in the footage, you can hear the interviewer asking Treach about Tupac, to which Treach responds, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba."
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk.
One last question. Nobody knows. Y'all good? Yeah, we good. Thanks a lot, man. We good.
Then suddenly, only weeks after that was leaked, there was a video released from a news website showing a video of Tupac supposedly chilling in a parking lot in Cuba.
Look, zoom in. That's Pac, man. He with the outlaws. And Reg from Holla Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holla Back exclusive, baby. Holla Back.
When you connect all of that evidence to Tupac's passing documents from law enforcement, things begin to get weird. When you dive deep into how he truly passed, with how the police recently arrested a man named Keffe D in connection to the crime.
For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keffe D, of Tupac Shakur. Davis was arrested this morning by my LVMPD criminal apprehension team, and this investigation started on the night of September 7th, 1996. It has taken countless hours, really decades, of work by the men and women of our section to get to where we are today.
As on September 7th, 1996, Tupac Shakur was in Vegas with the head of his record label named Suge Knight. The two were off to the MGM Grand to watch a Mike Tyson match, as after it was over and exiting the building, they end up spotting an op inside of the lobby, as explained here.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson at the MGM Grand. Keffe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and two of their friends were also there. Keffe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, that shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and beat him up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
As security would break up the altercation between Tupac, Suge Knight, and the ops, the two would then go off to their hotel to change. They then exited their hotel, heading over to a club owned by Suge Knight named 662. As at around 11 p.m. while driving to the club, things would then end up going down in the street, as explained here.
Knew about Tupac's concert at the club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keith D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled down.
With after the incident being a complete mystery for over a decade and no one knowing the exact truth, it has now finally been revealed, as the police investigated a concerning interview by a name of Keefy D, who was on a DJ Vlad show. As during his interview, it begins with him literally detailing the moments of finding Tupac and pulling up on him.
And Bubble Up was a driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together.
Okay. This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light. We was going to go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac?
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
To later Keefy D's interrogation with the police that has never been before seen shared during his interview, as Keefy D wants to give a complete breakdown of how it truly went down, so he would share this footage.
Lane starts you say Suge looks over, he sees you?
Yeah.
He looks right at you?
Yeah, he looks at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's busy getting evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out
in
of
the back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando across Dre?
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window.
As Keefy D released that footage for the first time ever, announcing that he was at the crime scene inside of the vehicle and that he even made eye contact with Suge Knight while it was going down. Keefy D wanted the entire story to be open to the public, so what he said next was very concerning, where he would state that it only occurred because Tupac was seen reaching for his firearm.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a...
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually...
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So, someone from your car...
That's what happened.
...started at Tupac and Suge.
As during the police's investigation, they also found Keefy D's reaction to Tupac passing, which actually shows his true emotion.
Yeah. I hate that happened, dog. I really do, man. Cause it f***ed up a lot of people's lives, dude. I hate that happen. Promise to God. I feel they should, that was wrong, man. It was just purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it had never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. Wish it never happened, dude. You know what I'm saying? I lost my Colombian plug. You know what I'm saying? Been having the feds up for 15 years. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't catch a break, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I did time behind.
However, this is where things get very weird. To understand how weird it is, you would need to know that Keefy D wrote an entire book on being involved in Tupac's passing, which is titled Compton Street Legend. It includes several interviews hinting towards literally doing the crime. However, why is he now just being arrested for this after decades? Fans believe it's a cover-up that Tupac is still alive, as this week we also heard a new police team investigating connections to the crime, where it would be announced this week week. Breaking, Snoop Dogg arrested and questioned to Tupac Shakur's passing. Police questions the rapper's recent interview, as Snoop Dogg was recently invited onto a podcast. While being interviewed, Snoop would reveal something we never knew about that day.
You were with Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac. I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So
saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
As the police are questioning on why Snoop Dogg did not get into that vehicle with Tupac and Suge Knight when he was supposed to be there. Did Snoop Dogg know something was going to happen on that day?